In this lecture, we will discuss about dynamic voltage and frequency scaling system. So here first let me discuss how it will be taken place. Next we will discuss about the model of the same. So here first here if you don't change the frequency, here the power is P1, frequency I am going to be making use is F1, and for time T1. So the energy is equal to product of power as well as time. So if you will see here, if you don't change the frequency of the operation, power dissipation is same, that is P1. However, the computation is completed within 50% of the time, that is time here it is nothing but T2. Which is 50% of T1. So here if you will see, here it is 100% and it is going to be completed for the 50% of the workload. Okay, it is completed time T2. The T2 is nothing but the half of the T1. Here the energy is reduced because P1, the product of P1 and time T2. T2 is half, so energy is reduced. In this case, either frequency or voltage are not scaled. Now we will see in this case. But here we will go for the wiser technique is use of frequency operation. Okay, the frequency we are going to be reducing half, then the computation time will become half, but it will continue up to the time T1. Means in this case the power dissipation is half, hence the energy drawn is same as above. So here the energy is going to be same as above. Power dissipation is reduced and it has impact on the cooling of the system. So without voltage scaling, simply by frequency scaling, we achieved low power dissipation. Energy is remaining same. Of course, the workload also it is going to be same. In this case, the frequency is going to be half of the first one. That is why it is taking longer time. If frequency is less, we know that the voltage is going to be very less. In this case, if you will see, here we are going to be scaling down both voltage as well as the frequency. But so instead of P2, it is going to be P3. Voltage and frequency scaling is taken place over here, but the power dissipation is going to be reduced. So we have to scale both voltage as well as frequency, but it has to do at runtime. It will be achieved by this DVFS system. Now we will discuss about the DVFS model. So here I have the DVFS model. So it is consisting of variable voltage processor, DC to DC converter, voltage load monitor, frequency generator. Now if you will see here, let me consider that lambda 1 is the average rate of arrival task T1 from source S1. In the same lines, lambda 2 is going to be average rate of arrival of task 2 from source 2, and it is going to be continue with the same. Here this is nothing but the task scheduler. This task scheduler, what it will do is it will send the data according to the schedule. Here we will have the load monitor. So the load monitor, what it will do is it receives what's the work present at, it is going to be from the work scheduler, and it will estimates what is the work should be done in next slot also. So that means it will go for the workload prediction. Based on this, it will send a signal to DC converter. Based upon that, it will supply the voltage to do the operation. It will also send the information to the information or signal to this frequency generator. It will send the required frequency for the operation. So the predict of voltage and frequency are doing in this case. So it is highly means at the runtime itself the voltage as well as frequency are predicted, and it is going to be supplies which will reduces the power dissipation in dynamic voltage frequency scaling system. Thank you.